Okay, so this is Matt Durak doing the first of the Option A assignments for the Intro to Film class. The scene I'm going to be analyzing today is from Stagecoach, of the three films that we've already watched in the class, including the silent film Citizen Kane and Stagecoach. This was probably the scene that kind of stood out to me the most as far as like a blatant, obvious use of a cinematic technique. And it kind of stemmed from what we talked about in class. The scene in question is the first appearance of John Wayne's character, the Ringo Kid, in the movie. In westerns, I feel like the hero archetype is kind of like played up more than in other genres. It's very clear who the hero is, and the whole film kind of rides on the performance of the hero. So in a given film, I guess the entrance is pretty crucial to that. And I think this scene is kind of important because in the context of the film, up until this point, John Wayne's character has not appeared in the film. And let me see where we're at right now in Hulu. Yeah, so we're about 20 minutes at least into the film before we ever see John Wayne, and he's obviously the star character, star actor, which is a little bit strange, but I think the director and the actors do a good job of building up the mystique of the character, the Ringo Kid, because this whole 20 minutes he's been referred to as kind of an elusive character and someone to be feared. People talk about him, like some people talk about him like the outlaw that he is, but others kind of hold a special regard for him. And we'll see why when we start this. So I'll go ahead and start this. And the app that I'm using right now will not play sound, so I'll have to kind of point out what parts of the film we're in. But I'll do my best to kind of keep the action, keep you updated on the action. So here we go. Okay, so this is a little bit early, but okay, so here we go. We get the establishing shot of the Stagecoach, kind of setting up for the appearance of the Ringo Kid. And it's kind of strange that he appears in the middle of nowhere, but that kind of gives him even more of a mystique, I guess, that they kind of encounter him like he's one of the elements, I guess. He's a part of the wilderness. So it's coming up here. So here you just hear the gunshot. So you know that you're gonna see his character soon. Okay, so here's the money shot right here, and I think that the film uses every kind of like hammy cinematic technique to ensure that you know that this is the hero of the film. You start with the very wide shot that shows him standing kind of tall and confident. He's out in the middle of the wilderness, and you see him twirling his gun. And so then you have the continuous zoom, and the camera kind of blurs for a little bit. And then right as you hit the close-up, his face comes back into focus, and then you have this shot right here. And the camera, I mean, there's basically no angle. The camera is straight on. And so you get this shot right here, and this pretty much could be the poster of the film, because it basically tells you all about what you need to know, that this guy is the star. This character is, the most charismatic, and he's the centerpiece of the whole film. He's the hero, and so the director does a lot to kind of communicate that all in this one shot, even before John Wayne ever really says a word. and we'll see kind of how he comes to dominate the scene in these next few shots. So I'll start the thing again. Hang on. So here, it's kind of strange. It's kind of like a not all that important of a shot, but in some ways it is, because you can see that it's kind of off to the side. It shows the stagecoach from the side, um, and it shows the men on the stagecoach are a little bit excited about the prospect that they've caught the Ringo Kid. You see the guy smirking right in the picture and pointing the gun at him, but you can see, I'll play it again. So when we come back, we see this lingering shot of John Wayne, and the camera is still facing, it's still centered right on him. There's no angle as there would normally be. It's kind of a strange look that he's just kind of standing there, and almost like, looking back at a film from 1939, you can kind of see how kind of artificial the background looks, but the point of the shot seems to be that he's still standing confidently and at the center of attention. And in the character, in his acting, he doesn't seem to be very fazed by the fact that he's having a gun pointed at him. So yeah, you have this, and this is in stark contrast to the shot that we just looked at. And this could possibly be to show that John Wayne, even though he's kind of, the situation would suggest that he's in kind of a sticky situation, but as the cameras and the lighting would kind of indicate, that he is actually the character who's in control. So I'll let it play a little bit longer. Just a little update on the action. Like, this is it kind of furthers the point that John Wayne is kind of in control of the situation, because he's making kind of a exchange of pleasantries with the man on the stagecoach, the driver of the stagecoach, and he kind of he falls into the trap of chit chatting with him, and then the man with the character with the gun has to tell him to shut up, and so it basically that exchange goes to show that John Wayne is in control of the situation. And we'll see in one of the next shots something that I think is a clear indicator that he is kind of in control of the situation. So here we have John Wayne approaching the stagecoach, and I like this shot because it kind of shows what all of the characters are doing, and you can see from, even though we only really see John Wayne's back, you can tell that he's still very much in control. As he approaches the stagecoach, he saunters over with a very confident walk, and you can see as he's walking, the shot enables you to both see that and to be able to see the men on the stagecoach kind of fidgeting, and the character with the gun is kind of, he seems to be even worried that John Wayne is approaching, even though he has his gun and he has all of the power seemingly, but it's just the mystique again of the Ringo Starr character that you kind of feel like anything could happen, and that's a big part of why I think this scene works, is that the Ringo Kid is kind of a legend, and this is their first meeting of him, and it's to them it's kind of like seeing a ghost, and so they're really not prepared for what they think could happen. But at the end of this kind of short exchange, you can see that kind of change as I play this last little bit. Okay, so the sound is not playing. This is right when John Wayne suggests that the crew of the Stagecoach will need him, and he's basically told that he doesn't understand and that he's under arrest. And so this is I'll kind of end the analysis here at this exchange at right before John Wayne gets into the Stagecoach. But this is definitely when he feels the Ringo Kid is a little bit humanized, as the power shifts. And one of the things I think they do to illustrate that is you get a different angle now of the men on the Stagecoach. The camera angle is coming from beneath the Stagecoach from John Wayne's perspective, and so now you can see that, typically when you have a camera angle that is showing someone elevated above you, it's kind of to put them in a position of power, I guess, or to show that they're confident, or any kind of to make them look big, and any kind of connotation of big. So here I kind of interpret this to mean that the power has shifted, and the men on the Stagecoach believe that they're confident, and that they're kind of assured that they have the Ringo Kid right where they want him. So I'm just gonna, I guess that's pretty much it. I'll end it right here, and hopefully I did well on this analysis. All right, yeah, this will be the end. Thank you.